Welcome back, sports fans. We're now, let me make this still. I don't know why it's moving on me. It'll stop moving eventually. We're now looking at tape number 4. And in tape number 4, what I need to do is bend this, okay? And I need to bend it down. And so what I'm going to do is I'm putting my fingernail here at the point that it bends, and I'm simply coming down with it, all right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape that in place, because that's where I want that to be. So let me let that get used to what it's going to be like. Okay. Now notice I let this joint get solid, dry. All right. I didn't move it right away. Okay. And just as before, on the other side here, get my little thumb in place, and I'm bending that. Okay. Okay. And notice I have an overhang in 2 places. Now, what I'm going to do is that at some point I'm going to take this up, this piece, and I'm going to connect it here and then bend. Connect it and then bend. When I'm doing my connecting, I don't want to go further than this. So I'm going to mark it. And you can't see this because this is not a magic marker. I'm having a little bit of an issue with it. And I think for my purposes, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to actually tape it at the spot that I want it to stop at. I'm untaping the bottom because I'm going to be moving the bottom in a moment. This is the spot where I want it to end at. That'll make more sense to you in a minute as I start working with it. Okay, and I have to take this apart down here. Come on. By the way, because I'm taking this tape up, you can get a better idea as to why I needed it to be masking tape and not some other type of tape you would use for packages. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to be cutting this edge. You know why we cut it, so that it'll go in. And I only did it a little bit more than 1/4 of an inch. I don't need to go in so far. I don't want too much movement on it. Putting a little glue at the edge tip of here. Don't need a lot of glue. When I cut this piece, I cut it on an angle. And I want the angle to end up in that position. Okay. I know how far I want to go up because I put the tape. Okay. And I'm going to can I come back it down a little bit? Okay. I don't like my turning point, so I'm making my turning point lower. And that's better for me. Okay, now I need to take that piece and I want that to dry. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry and I'm gonna work on this piece in a moment. Okay, there we go. So once this part is done, we are finished with the outside. And once we're done on the outside, we can then begin filling in these pieces. I'm going to use the black so you know what I'm talking about. these are my perpendicular pieces, and I can begin to fill those in. Okay.